Hello everyone, today is Monday, September 8, 2025, Eastern Time. Welcome to Panda Finance. Let's take a look at the top 10 global corporate news stories from the past week. Here are the details. Tech CEOs court Trump with AI pledge. U.S. tech titans are rallying behind First Lady Melania Trump's new artificial intelligence initiative, in a bid to cement ties with the Trump administration. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, OpenAI's Sam Altman, Google's Sundar Pichai, and Apple's Tim Cook joined over 20 industry leaders at a White House event celebrating the program, which aims to help children learn AI skills. Elon Musk, who briefly served as a government advisor early in Trump's first term before clashing publicly with the president, said he was invited but could not attend. Judge rejects DOJ's push to break up Chrome. A federal judge ruled that Google can keep its Chrome browser, rejecting the Justice Department's demand for a divestiture. The court barred Google from exclusive contracts and ordered it to share search data, but dismissed calls for structural remedies, saying prosecutors had overreached. The decision lifted pressure on both Google and Apple, which rely heavily on search revenue sharing. Still, Apple stands to gain the most from the ruling. EU slaps Google with $3 billion fine in AdTech case. The European Union fined Google nearly €3 billion, $3.5 billion, for favoring its own advertising services, escalating transatlantic friction over big tech regulation. Brussels ordered Alphabet's unit to end anti-competitive practices. Google vowed to appeal. President Trump blasted the ruling on social media, accusing the EU of taking money that should go to American jobs and investment. Musk, 80% of Tesla's value will come from robots. Elon Musk said humanoid robot Optimus will ultimately account for the bulk of Tesla's market value. Posting on X, Musk predicted that 80% of Tesla's value will come from Optimus, and confirmed plans to scale annual production to 1 million units within 5 years. The pivot comes as Tesla's EV sales weaken and shares slide 19% year-to-date. Musk urged investors to look beyond cars and focus on the company's long-term bet on robotics and autonomous systems. Alibaba unveils next-gen AI chip amid cloud optimism. Alibaba Group has developed a more advanced artificial intelligence chip, bolstering China's push for homegrown technology. The move comes as demand for AI infrastructure surges and optimism builds around Alibaba's cloud unit, even as cutthroat competition in food delivery weighs on overall earnings. Investors welcomed the news, though Alibaba's latest quarterly results showed pressure on a key profitability metric. Mercedes CEO urges Europe to embrace hybrids. Mercedes-Benz chief Ola Källenius called on Europe to follow China's lead by incorporating hybrids into emissions reduction policy, warning that Brussels' 2035 combustion engine ban could cripple the region's largest industry. As chair of the European Automobile Manufacturers Association, Källenius argued China is the most advanced country in decarbonizing mobility thanks to policies that support EVs alongside hybrids and other low-emission technologies. Sumitomo led consortium to acquire Air Lease $4.28 A consortium led by Sumitomo Group, Apollo Global Management, and Brookfield Asset Management will acquire Air Lease in a deal valued at $7.4 billion in equity and $28.2 billion including debt. The Los Angeles-based lessor owns 789 Airbus and Boeing jets leased to carriers such as China Eastern, China Southern, British Airways, and Delta. The business will be rebranded Sumisho Air Lease and merged with SMBC Aviation Capital, making it the closest challenger to industry leader AerCap. This innovative transaction signals a maturing, consolidating sector, said SMBC Aviation Capital CEO Peter Barrett. The scale will ultimately benefit customers. 7. I shed supermarket arm to focus on 7-11. 7. I Holdings sold about 30 companies, including its storied Ito-Yokado chain, to Bain Capital, completing its exit from the struggling supermarket business. The divestiture, centered on York Holdings, clears the way for 7-I to focus on its core 7-Eleven convenience stores. Bain will own 60% of York Holdings, with the remainder retained by 7-I and the founding family. Kraft Heinz to split into 2 public companies. Kraft Heinz will spin off its business into 2 listed entities, Global Taste Elevation, Housing Heinz, Philadelphia Cream Cheese, and Kraft Mac Cheese, and North American Grocery, including Oscar Mayer, Kraft Singles, and Lunchables. The sauce division posted $15.4 billion in 2024 sales, versus $10.4 billion for grocery. Warren Buffett, whose Berkshire Hathaway owns 27.5% of Kraft Heinz, said he was disappointed with the breakup, which unwinds much of the 2015 merger he championed. Buffett conceded the tie-up was not a brilliant idea but doubted the split would solve Kraft Heinz's underlying problems. Citigroup loses UnionPay membership in China. Citigroup confirmed its China subsidiary has lost membership in state-backed UnionPay following the closure of its retail banking business. Corporate banking and cross-border payments remain unaffected, the bank said. Branch filings show Citigroup has shut down 42 of its 56 outlets in China, leaving only 14 active. China State Shipbuilding merger completed. China State Shipbuilding completed its long-awaited merger with China Shipbuilding Industry Corporation via a share swap. For every 1 share of CSIC, investors receive 0.1339 shares of CSSC. CSIC stock was delisted September 5, with shareholders automatically receiving CSSC shares the same day of the deal, approved by regulators in July, consolidates China's 2 largest shipbuilders into a single national champion. Thank you for tuning in to today's financial news. We look forward to seeing you again.